My friends, imagine someone hurls insults at you, spreads nasty stories in the dark, or prays for your ruin. We feel that sting, don't we? But listen, there is a quieter power than force, and it wounds a malicious heart more than any strike. Today, I want to teach you 5 ways to hurt a crocodile without ever touching it. By which I mean how to dismantle hostility, pride, and malice with patience, character, and inner command. This isn't about cruelty. It is about integrity. It's about becoming so solid, so serene, that venom bounces off you and the attacker is left empty-handed. Stay with me. If you learn these methods and practice them, you will not only survive the attack, you will be the one who walks away whole, and perhaps, unexpectedly, healed. First way, stillness that unravels. The first way to wound a hostile soul without lifting a finger is simple. Remain still. Not the stillness of apathy, but the stillness of a centered person who refuses to feed the fire. When people seek to provoke us, their currency is reaction. They want the show, the thunder, the tremor. Deny them that coin. Take a breath and let your silence be like clear water poured over a raging ember. It cools, it reveals, it suffocates the spectacle. There is a strength in being composed. It announces to observers that you are not governed by every gust of wind. In practice, this means choosing to pause before you speak, to refuse the immediate retort on the keyboard, to decline the bait cleverly laid to make you angry. That calm is not a sign of weakness. It is a robust reserve of self-command. The person who throws stones at your calm expects a chorus of pain. When they hear only your quiet, they discover their stones have lost their point. Their drama loses its audience, and their power falls away. In time, repeated stillness reshapes the battlefield. The antagonist learns that rage will not move you, and that is a quieter, more thorough defeat than any shouted victory. The second way, excellence as mirror. The second way is to become a living answer, to cultivate a life so ordered, so disciplined, that it reflects back the hollowness of the attacker. Imagine tending a garden while your enemy festers in weeds. Your routine, your habits, your small acts of devotion and craft display a kind of unspoken testimony. This is not vanity or a bid for revenge. It is fidelity to the better part of you. When you rise at dawn, pursue mastery, keep promises, care for relationships, and build quietly, others observe. The contrast between your steady work and their frantic sabotage becomes a mirror they cannot bear to look into. Human beings instinctively compare. When someone who wishes you harm sees you flourishing by honest means, it unmasks their pettiness. The aim is not to humiliate, but to elevate your standards so completely that their criticism appears petty. Here's how to practice it. Choose 3 small disciplines: a morning routine, an act of learning, a habit of service, and do them daily. Let your excellence be patient. Over months and years, it compounds. The gossip fades. The sabotage withers. Your life becomes the quiet indictment. This is a victory without spectacle, and for many, it hurts the crocodile more than any public blow. The third way, become more enduring than anger. The third way is patience that outlives resentment. Hatred burns hot and fast. It consumes the one who nurses it. To wound a crocodile without touch is to refuse the quick match of fury and instead build a slow, steady flame of purpose. Live in a way that time itself becomes your ally. When a person tries to drag you into their little war, you choose a longer timetable. Long work, long repair, long faithfulness. You let seasons pass while you keep planting, while you keep showing up, while you keep sharpening your craft and tending the people and projects that matter. There's a quiet cruelty in longevity. One who gorges on rage grows brittle and short-lived. One who cultivates meaning outlasts that impulse. This is not passive endurance, it is deliberate cultivation. It is saying, with every small faithful act, I will not be hurried into your chaos. Over months and years, their loud grievances will sound thin beside the steady unfolding of your life. Their anger, once a weapon, will look like a candle in daylight. Flicker, then die. The victory here is not spectacle, but survival and dignity. You win by still being kind. You win by being useful. And the most cutting truth to the antagonist is simply this: you are here tomorrow, and they are still shouting today. The fourth way: forgiveness as an intentional act. The fourth way is forgiveness offered from strength, not softness. Many think forgiving is surrender. In truth, it is a disciplined act of freedom. Picture this: someone tries to poison your mind with bitterness. Instead of matching bile with bile, you lift the weight off your chest and place it down. Forgiveness is not forgetting, nor is it pretending harm did not occur. It is a deliberate sovereignty, a decision that you will not let another person rent space inside your heart. When you forgive with intention, you strip the aggressor of their last instrument, your attention. They cannot hurt you if you refuse to carry their grievance. Do it publicly if it helps. A calm declaration of release that shows the world you are unwilling to be their battlefield. Do it privately if that is what your conscience asks. Either way, the act must be real. Mean it. The Stoics taught that inner freedom is the highest good. Forgiveness, rightly done, is a path to that freedom. It stuns those who expected to see you collapse under rage. It confounds them, because their cruelty sought to trap you in a loop, and you walked out. In that walking out, you have already won. Fifth way: turn their poison into purpose. The fifth way is not about matching the crocodile's ferocity. It is about redirecting the energy meant to harm you into acts that heal. When someone throws venom your way, they expect you to spend hours stewing, composing revenge, or polishing a rebuttal. Instead, spend that time giving your attention to something that enlarges life. A neighbor in need, a craft you're learning, a quiet ministry of kindness. This is strategic generosity. It confounds the attacker because their arrows fall harmlessly while your hands are busy building. You are not pretending nothing happened. You are choosing how to use your hours and affections. The Stoic way here is practical. Convert outrage into service. Convert gossip into consistency. Convert spite into a steady work of meaning. Over time, people notice where energy is invested. The one who returns bitterness finds it lonely. The one who invests in good finds companionship, progress, and joy. This is a wound delivered without violence. The crocodile sees its quarry transformed into a beacon. The greatest sting for someone who delights in harm is to watch their target become a source of light. You have, without striking, shown them what generosity and purpose can do. And often, that is more disarming than any blow. So there you have it, 5 ways to wound a crocodile without ever using your hands. Stillness, excellence, endurance, forgiveness, and the redirection of hurt into purpose. These are not tricks. They are virtues practiced over seasons. They ask for patience, discipline, and a steady heart. If you accept them, you will not simply survive those who wish you ill, you will outgrow them, outlast them, and in many ways redeem yourself from their cruelty. Begin small. 1 breath before a reply, 1 disciplined morning, 1 long project kept, 1 sincere act of forgiveness, 1 moment spent serving instead of stewing. If this message has touched you, share it with someone who needs steady courage today. And subscribe for more reflections each morning. Walk gently, stand firmly, and let your life be the quiet reply the world needs.